Hey, my name is Oluwagbamila Boluwatife. I'm a graduate of Psychology Department of Obafemi Awolowo University, and I'm a sickle cell advocate. Basically, my experience as a warrior has been challenging and sometimes fun. I don't mean fun because the pain is fun. I just mean it like, there are sometimes when you are just high on drugs and stuff like that. But um, it's really challenging, and it's it's the pain is usually one that takes you at random times. It's not something you prepare for. You can be preparing to go out and you just start feeling pain, and then the next thing you know, you have to be in the hospital. Or you could be writing an exam and then you're not feeling fine, and from the exam hall you're rushing to the hospital, and a whole lot of other stuff. In fact, it could start in the middle of the night. In fact, it's going to be like the pain is waking you up. But this pain is not something you can sleep through. It's not something you can just take paracetamol or take simple drugs. A lot of times they don't work for them, and so you have to take stronger drugs. Sometimes it makes people think, or health professionals think, that you are a drug addict, or you are actually acting up because you want more drugs. But usually it's not like that. It's just you're in pain and you just want any means necessary to like get the pain away. There are times that you feel like you want to die and you're like, okay, can we just end this here, and I'm not doing again. But in spite of everything, you just keep moving and striving through. You just have to bear the pain, knowing that one day you're going to come out of it. And there are times when it's really serious, when you have sickle cell complications, and you just feel like, okay, this is the end. Or there are times when things get pretty bad so fast. Okay, there was a time when I was really sick. I was just we were being treated I was being treated in an health center rather, and I had to go be referred early because I stopped, not really stopped responding, but like my blood level was dropping. Things just got real so fast, and before you knew it, I was on my way to another hospital, being referred to another hospital, and I had to spend Christmas and Boxing Day there. It was really bad, because not just the emotional trauma that, okay, you're in the hospital on Christmas Day is enough, but the fact that I saw 3 people die in front of me on that same Christmas Day, and that was before 5 a.m. Like, it was just crazy. And it's not just the physical health part, there's the mental health part too. Because after seeing that, nobody sees 3 people dying in your same ward and you'll be fine. It doesn't happen like that. You have to recover through it. I wanted to get out of there, because I was beginning to feel like, okay, no, if I don't leave here fast, maybe I'll be the next. But it was a really serious issue, and there are times when you have to deal with that. So it's not something you plan for. Talk about the financial stress after the physical, the emotional, but now the financial stress. You spend on literally everything. You spend on drugs, you spend on checkups, you spend on admissions, and things that you don't prepare for. If you are not prepared, maybe you have money and you're like, okay, this money will take me till for a period of time, and then crisis comes knocking, and well, you have to fend, you have to buy drugs, you have to buy um, things to use in the hospital, you have to be admitted, you have to spend basically. And sometimes it just gets frustrating, especially when it comes to money. It gets really frustrating and it could be really bad because you're 1 minute you're feeling like, okay, I have some money, and then the next year, well, you're damn broke, and you're wondering, okay, how did this get here so fast? But things like that happen, and as a warrior, I just keep trying and striving, taking care of my mental health because it's really important to me. I just take care of myself, avoid my triggers, and just try to live a normal and healthy life, because we only live once, right? You have just one life to live, and you have to make good use of it. I wouldn't let that stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do. I wouldn't let that stop me from achieving my goals. I wouldn't let that stop me from achieving my dreams. So it's something that I just walk through. Once I'm fine, I do what I have to do. And when I break down, I'm in the hospital and I'm not ready to attend to anything. Although sometimes when you're trying to avoid stress and your triggers, sometimes some people can view it as you being lazy, and that's another really bad one that I don't like to face, because when people tag you as lazy, it's ruining your reputation, and it could be really bad, because you can't really prove them wrong. If not, you just get into fights and all that, and sometimes it's just not worth it, or not necessary in that sense. So you just let it go. You have to live with people calling you names like that. And what about the stigma from the society? If someone hears you're a warrior and then they're like, oh, they don't want to be your friend. I've had people that told me that they don't want to be my friend because they feel like I'll just drop dead tomorrow. It's not that's not what sickle cell is all about. But those are the kind of stigmas that you have to face as a sickle cell warrior. So the first time I even experienced this stigma was when I was 7. One of my friends said she wasn't going to play with me. She didn't want to talk to me. She didn't want to touch me, eat anything I was eating, use the plate I was using, because she found out that I had sickle cell. And I was just shocked that we're 7, because I was still getting to know what sickle cell was all about. And so that was why I was open to freely talk about it. But the way she reacted, like I had some deadly plague, and I'm like, now that I think about it, I'm just wondering, like, how did she know about sickle cell so early in life? And it's just stigma that you face from society, something that something that people don't know about. They tend to run away from it. So it's understandable. Know your triggers. You take good care of yourself. You take care of your physical health as well as your mental health. They go together. I did my final year project on that, and I discovered that your mental health can really depreciate your physical health. If you're not fine mentally, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, any little mental stress can affect your physical health. It can trigger your crisis. So and your physical health too can affect your mental health. Like I told you, I was sick, and then I had to face 3 people dying in my ward. Like, that really affected my mental health. I was feeling depressed for quite some time, and it was a really bad experience. But you have to know your triggers. You have to take care of your physical health. You have to take care of your mental health. Drink a lot of water. That's another important one. A lot of water. Take your routine medications. Drink water. Know your triggers basically, and you'll be fine. Also, don't let sickle cell limit you. You're not going to drop dead tomorrow. So live your life. Achieve your goals. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't because of sickle cell sit down and wait for death. No, it's not a death sentence. It's It's just your cells are just sickle. Don't let it define you, don't let it limit you. My advice to the unmarried couples: know your genotype. Please, 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 please. Take knowing your genotype seriously. It should be a question you ask when you meet someone you want to be with. Even from friendship stage, start asking the question, do you know your genotype? You could just create that awareness for your friends. Oh, do you know your genotype? Oh, yes, I know my genotype. Have you checked it? Before, when you are friends, before you even start thinking of relationships, because from now on, I don't think ignorance is going to be an excuse for this 21st century children we are bringing into the world now. I don't think they're going to permit that. I feel like the government is trying to put laws in place for carriers that marry each other, to face the law. But I'm just saying that ignorance is not an excuse, and I feel like your children are going to ask you for it later on in life. They're going to ask you why you did that to them. So why not just take a step back? It's not just about love. Make sure you know your genotype and you're compatible. Please, if you're not compatible, do not do it. Do not get married. Do not go into any relationship that has marriage or children in mind. Please. Of course, there are other preventive measures, but it's better to just stay away from marrying or giving birth to children with someone that is not compatible with you, so that you don't bring an innocent child to live a life of pain. I believe a sickle cell free generation is possible, and that is why I'm advocating that you please know your genotype. A sickle cell free generation is possible. It begins with you, it begins with me, it begins with you and I, and you have to know your genotype. If you know your genotype and know my genotype, we all know our genotypes. We know to not to get involved with people that are not compatible with us, and that's how we can bring about or come about a sickle cell free generation. I believe a sickle cell free generation is possible. Do you?